We got a question from Rob. First off, congratulations on your recent weight loss. You are looking great. I blush. Now you are a lighter man. Well, lighter in terms of body weight, but not my scholarly application to life. Would you mind giving some insights on how you think you will go about keeping the weight off? I had to sip a cup of coffee and look off in the distance because I haven't really thought about it. Well, the first thing I'm going to do, Rob, is now that I'm a 102 kilo lifter, I've lifted twice in this division. Now I'm going to drop to 96 kilos for my American listeners, 211, and compete down there and hopefully keep there. The smartest thing I can do is what I'm doing. So basically, if you know my work, in fact, I just had, I'm trying to eat vegetables every meal. I'm eating fermented foods twice a day. I've cut alcohol back to almost nothing, and that's not a bad or good thing. It was just for so I can dance at Josephine's wedding. She's my granddaughter. It's funny. It's the one thing I have noticed, Rob, and your mileage may vary. My quality of sleep has improved a lot. That's been something. So I'm thinking of not changing much. Now, obviously, I had an Olympic lifting meet, so now I'm back to basic bodybuilding, but we're doing it with a little bit of an asterisk. So like today, we did original strength, TRX, and then kettlebell press, 400 to 800 meter walk, and I was holding 5-pound weights, 2 kilo weights, and heavy handsing. So original strength, TRX movement, press, walk, and I think we did that 7 rounds. So it's a lot of walking. Tomorrow's buns and guns, and we'll do a heavy ruck after that. So really for me, even my bodybuilding now, what I call bodybuilding, that's the press and guns and buns days, is still going to have walking as the focus. Well, let's read your question. So that answers number 1. I am 38 years old, 170 centimeters, and currently 86K. My weight has yo-yoed over the years from extremely lean and muscular to, well, not so lean and muscular. My lightest in recent years being 72K. Yeah, your height, that makes sense, yeah. And my heaviest is 94. As I'm sure you will agree, losing fat is hard, but keeping it off seems to be even harder, for me at least. No, that's absolutely true. There was a theory for a while called the set point theory. Now, whether or not the set point theory was true, I don't know. But it's this idea that the body wants to come back to this, it's like a thermostat. The body wants to just come back to that number. So it'll heat up or cool down to get you back to that flat number. Fat seems to be a brilliant evolutionary answer to famine. It also has a great deal of protective qualities. It can handle a lot of toxic waste. Fat is an amazing thing. And of course, the fat is also something that we are now dealing with because and my thought is between the environmental factors, including here in the United States anyway, the fact that we subsidize certain foods, soy, corn, wheat, dairy, and there's another one I don't remember. And so they get a real break. So every food in America has that stuff in it. And then they engineer foods to be that you can't stop eating them. Interesting, after my weightlifting meet where I lost this weight, I had some potato chips, which I hadn't had in a long time. And I just noticed I was just smashing them down my throat. And I'm like, holy cow, it is true. They are addictive, So basically, I would argue to keep your weight down, your fat down, I would think, vegetables at every meal, fermented food, the drill, protein, water, veggies, trying to improve your sleep hygiene. What else we got here? Would you mind, and the final question is, have you noticed any mindset shifts or pearls of wisdom you now live by that maybe heavier Dan John did not? No. In fact, you have to remember this. My coach, Dick Nottmeyer, and my coach, Ralph Mahn, both agreed that my best competition weights were 215 to 230. So basically 97 kilos to 105 in that range, 90, maybe 98 kilos. and that's where I thrived. And then I went to this place that has 5 rings on it here in the United States, and they told me to do a number of things. One is illegal, immoral, and unethical, and banned by the group with those rings. The other one was they wanted me to get my squat up, which didn't work out. And the third, up my carbs so I could put weight on. And I got up to 124 kilos, which is about 273, and I felt terrible all the time. The only thing I would do, Scott, and pardon me, I'm sorry, Rob, is I'd go back to talk to little Danny John back in the day and tell him that these guys are full of it and stick to the plan. Olympic lift, run hills, throw the discus, because that worked really well. Today I would probably front squat, then sprint up the hill, but that'd be the only change. Yeah, I regret putting all that mass on. If I was an American football player, that'd be one thing. But, when I was, and I learned this from the great Utah State discus thrower Glenn Passy, as you're turning with a light weight, which is the 2-kilo discus, you don't need to weigh 400 pounds. And every ounce of fat you have is dragging you back a little bit. So I don't like giving myself advice in the past because I haven't figured out a time machine yet. Have a great day. Thanks for your question. It's very good. Thank you.